Wasabi Gangsters, it's me, Chance, here to do another weekly writing video update. All right, let's get into it real quick. We're going to go over reading first. Now, I kept reading Crimson Guard, Return of the Crimson Guard by Ian C. Esselmont in the Malazan Tales, a novel of the Malazan Empire, okay? Now, let me just say something. I love what I'm getting into here, but I am addicted to getting back to the Malazan Book of the Fallen books by Stephen Erickson. And so I put it down. This is a buy for now, technically. I'm not DNFing it. I will be picking it back up. But I decided, because I have read The Knight of Knives, which is in this stack here, but I actually just want to, I have Toll the Hounds, Dust of Dreams, and Crippled God left in the Book of the Fallen. And I am just prioritizing finishing the Book of the Fallen first. And so I've gotten a few chapters in here to Toll the Hounds. I love these old mass market paperbacks. Absolutely love them. Addicted to them, actually. But yeah, so I picked this up physically off of my shelf, and I started getting into it instead. I hit a really good point in the Return of the Crimson Guard where I was like, okay, I'm going to read on, but if I keep going now, I'm not going to. I was like debating just going back to the Book of the Fallen and getting back into it and just diving right back in. And so I'm here. I will be going back to Return of the Crimson Guard, but I do want to finish the Malazan Book of the Fallen before reading the novels of the Malazan Empire by Ian C. Esselmont. So I will be doing Toll the Hounds first, and then I'll be diving hopefully, right into Dust of Dreams. I'm just going to try and binge the end here. Hopefully, I considering I don't have too much time to read lately, I put a little bit more priority. I'm going to put a little bit more of a priority into finishing Malazan, the Book of the Fallen, just because I want to see this epic conclusion. I'm taking my time with it, of course, but I'm trying to be patient with it. Also, I did read a couple chapters. I read the Evil Horde parts 1 and 2 chapters out of the 24th or 25th volume of Berserk. Wow. The 9th deluxe edition volume here. We're about yay through, which is not, about a third of the way through here. Again, right back into the journey with Guts and Serpico. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And oh my God, we got a really epic scene in that Evil Horde chapter between a couple characters, and then we're seeing sort of a growth of the relationship between characters and the care, and it's sort of epic. It's sort of epic. I mean, absolutely epic, and completely. These are some of my favorite tropes in fantasy generally, and so we're starting to see that here in Berserk. That's just a short little Berserk update. I only got a couple chapters in. I'm happy I did because I've been missing this for at least 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even longer than that. So I did that, and then I'm going to go through books. Let me take a sip of this frosty beverage. Uncut gem. Right here. So I picked up Knight of Knives, physical copy. This is the Bantam Books version. It's actually a little smaller than the Return of the Crimson Guard. So I'm going to actually try and find a Tor published version of this. I don't know if I will be able to, but I do love this. I do love this cover. I finished this after Midnight Tides, but I do want to, or maybe before. I think it was after. And then being that I finished Blackmouth, I had already ordered the paperback, and I just love this book so much. I wanted a physical copy of it. So I picked up Blackmouth there, and then I got a couple of signed copies from Scott Palmer. It's funny, I actually, his first book in this is Memory of Song, and I don't actually have the first hardcover. I will be getting it, but I love the course. I love these. Scott Palmer and I, apparently, we do share a cover artist, and so this is the second book in his, I think it's called the Last Ballad. Okay. He goes the second verse of the Last Ballad, which is like the coolest way to talk about a series. So I really have to read A Memory of Song, but we have A Chorus of War here. This is the signed hardcover from Broken Binding. So this is a tip-in from Scott himself. And then Sound of Starfall, which is the prequel novella to the series. It comes before Memory of Song, I believe. But these covers are just freaking awesome. Stuart did such a good job. And I'm really excited to get into this series. This and Joshua Walker's series as well. I have that novella I have to read. I might start throwing in those novellas between my Malazan reads just to give myself a little bit of space. And then also the Tales of the Sun Eater Volume 4 I need to finish before November. So I will be doing that. So I'm going to put some like short reads in between my Malazan journey. So that way, just so you guys have kind of a concept of my TBR, I'll be doing the Toll the Hounds, Dust of Dreams, Crippled God. I don't think I'm forgetting one. And then I'll probably be doing Joshua Walker and Scott Palmer's novellas. as well as the Tales of the Sun Eater Volume 4 in the middle there. I'm hoping to finish that over the next couple of months. We'll see. We'll see how my reading speed goes, but I'm really hoping to dive into that there. Other than that, that is a primary reading that I've been doing fairly recently. So we're going to talk about my writing updates. For those of you who are unfamiliar, if you're here just for the reading updates, thank you so much for tuning in. But we're going to talk about my writing, my book series, Mercy Tears of the Fallen. Tears of the Fallen is the first volume here. We are in the process of touch-ups from the alpha reading notes that I've gotten so far. I'm touching up the very beginning mostly, and then I'll be sending it off to Dave Butler. Hopefully next week. I am waiting for some funds to come in. That's related to something else, just sort of like recoups itself. And I'm really looking forward to using that money to make the project, to further the project, which is really cool that it's happening because there's some news on the audiobook front that I still can't share yet. We're almost there. We're right there. Everything's officially taken care of. We're just waiting for an announcement. And as soon as I have that in my hands, you guys will be the first to know. My newsletter will be getting the info first. We did the release of the second volume, Ill is the Fate, Mercy, Ill is the Fate. That book cover is available to Runeborn members over on my Patreon last week. I will be sending out a newsletter on middle of next week. For those who are newsletter subscribers, you will be seeing the cover of Ill is the Fate early as well. Probably 2 weeks before we actually release the full typography. And if you are out there and you want to be a part of the cover reveal, the official cover reveal where it gets out to the public outside of the newsletter, outside of my Patreon, I will be announcing that there will probably be the end of September, mid to end September. We'll be putting that out there for people to see. So if you want to be a part of that, you want to be make a post, put an announcement up, please feel free to shoot me an email back on that newsletter I sent out today. I'll be putting that in my writing update that I do there every week. As well as if you sign up to that newsletter, you get the Blood Rebellion short story that's also up on my Patreon, and you get the first 4 chapters of Mercy Tears of the Fallen if you are interested in reading it. Yeah. That's effectively what's been going on, guys. A quick one this week. I'm gonna cut it here. I'm gonna cut it here because as far as like the book is going, things are smooth. We're in it. We're in it. That's what's going on. There's the book 2 cover stuff is coming about, and then once I send off to my editor, you guys will be seeing a post over on my Instagram. You can follow there. Thank you again so much for tuning in. Oh, you thought I was gonna end without an awkward goodbye. You know nothing. No, I'm kidding. We're good. This is the end.